305 Fights, 305, donde surgen los campeones, here in a great gym, KO Zone, with an incredible instructor, Sensei Elizondo. First and foremost, Mr. Elizondo, respect and honor to you. What a great coach. I've been here, I've taken his classes, I've sparred with him. If you want to elite mixed martial arts, elite jiu-jitsu, come to Mr. Elizondo. What is your social media handle?
JPBJJ Elizondo. Okay, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
Excellent, and we invite him also to the events, to show up to the events. I was here giving some consultation to some of his pro fighters. I also wanted to ask you to do a little tutorial, a little bit technical of what's going on. Because of his background, his sensei Pereira, in respect to him, and his sensei, he has very good background in what I call the tactical consideration of mixed martial arts. For example, when someone is on the ground, sometimes, for example, they're on the ground and they'll stay on the ground. And jiu-jitsu, you're just gonna stay on the ground. But for MMA, you have an option to get up and ground the pound.
Yeah.
Not only that when you're on the bottom, you're not only grappling, you're getting punched.
Yeah, exactly.
And the challenge I see is when people go from combat sports to the mixed martial arts, they're not used to getting hit on the ground or hitting from a top position. So for example, let's say I was on top of you and I had side control. Of course I can go for the submission, but I can also
space.
put knee on belly, ground the pound and stand up.
Yes.
So what's your thought on that first? About not having to engage, about creating space and getting a better optimal position.
Yeah, and like I always tell my students, like for example, when it's MMA, especially MMA, you want to be on top, and you always need to find a way to create a space to do your ground and pound. Because if you don't do the ground and pound, you just grab, and you're just wasting energy. You know. Yes, you can submit the guy back. I think an elbow, a good punch, can do more damage than a submission.
Yeah, and also because I know you have that experience. When I position myself, for example, to ground and pound, he's gonna defend. There I can get the submission.
Exactly.
He'll give you a submission.
Exactly. One of the things that I told also is that right now, especially in MMA, is before the old time is like the guy who did jiu-jitsu always went for the submission. They were looking for the submission to finish the fight. But right now, I told them, like, don't chase the submission. You understand? If you do a good base, a good ground and pound, the submission is going to be there. You understand? If you chase the submission too much, you're going to waste a lot of energy, and then you gas out or the guy knock you out because he's using that. If you do good ground and pound, the guy's going to defend, and he might turn around, give you the neck, or he might expose his arm. You can go for an armbar. But that's the way that I think.
Excellent.
Right now,
One more, because I'm going to take advantage of his knowledge. When you're on the bottom, for example, let's say you're on top of me. Okay. Instead of being here because you can punch me, I have to protect myself.
Exactly.
So how would you protect yourself or defend yourself from the ground and pound?
Yeah, okay. In MMA, there is no medal. This is another thing that I explain the guy, then they do the class with me. In MMA, you cannot have a medal. Or you want the guy very close to you, or you want the guy very far. Why very close? Because when you put the guy very close to you, if he tries to do ground and pound, his punches, elbow, whatever he throw, they're not strong. The closer the guy is, the less percentage of damage he's gonna do. Or if the guy is very far, it's gonna be very hard for the guy to punch. Okay, this is one of the positions that I do. Is I always tell the guy is like, let's say I can end it up here, half guard or side control. One of the things that I don't want here, I don't want to have this position. Okay, yes, I can touch him, I can push him, but him just throwing one elbow or just one elbow, cut my face, the fight is finished. I have two options, no more than that. I can bring the guy to me very close, protecting myself. If you see I'm controlling this arm here, and I'm putting this arm under, okay? Right here with this hand, he cannot do damage. And also with this one, because I'm protecting my head here, and MMA, you cannot punch on the back of the head. I'm just controlling right here. Let's say he managed to get out, like to create distance. Like I said, I don't want to be here. because then he's gonna start to do his thing. As soon as I see that he created space, I wanna create this thing. You understand? And remember, in MMA I cannot punch in the face, but I can punch in the chest. I punch on the chest, boom, I create space, now I'm on top. I'm doing it. You understand?
Yes, excellent. This is very important because he's great tactics, and I was talking tactics. What I got from that is two things. You got to control your space, and I talk about distance and the range, and the positioning. Those are two principles that are in every combat sport.
Yeah.
Correct? Thank you so much. Sigue usando KO Zone, Fights, donde surgen los campeones.